You said I could have went to CLA along with the coaching. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Now here, I didn't take that. I haven't had them in the today, so I get it back. I got school. I made sure.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm jamming right now. It's like Motivation Monday. I'm still having fun. This interview, I get to rock out a little bit and play some music from the 90s. So if you are jumping in, hey, rock out with us for a little bit. Come on, ride the train.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
This your jam, right?
That is it, man.
So
I can't no matter how many times I hear that, I could listen to it all day long.
Look, I can jump up and dance right now, okay? A lot of people don't even really know who you are. And then a lot of people that do, let me pause our music for a little bit because we're about to get live and get into some real motivation. It is Motivational Monday. Yes, it's Motivational Monday. Welcome to another live with yours truly, Jennifer Yon Agency. We are riding the train. We're riding the train of motivation. And I'm with the man himself, the voice, the producer. You did a lot in the 90s, Jay. Look, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about who you are. And I just want to start off on the 90s because that was my era. You know, we went with whoop, there it is. And I'm going to let you just jump right in from this point on.
Okay, well, a lot of people, you know, it's funny because people know the songs. They don't always know the name because we didn't promote the name, my personal name.
Right.
People know 69 Boys. They know 95 South. They know Quad City DJs. And I am the guy that put all that together. And I sing. I'm on all the songs, so I'm on all the hit records. And I also produced and wrote, along with my partner, I wrote and produced all those records.
Okay, so wrote and produced those records. Whoop, there it is. Tootsie Roll, Come on, Ride the Train, and one of my favorites, Space Jam.
Okay, yes.
That's big.
Yes.
Jay, okay, producer, songwriter, entertainer, singer, trainer now.
Yes.
Your passion started out specifically in the entertainment industry.
Yes.
How old were you when you knew that it was about entertainment for you?
Pretty early, probably in high school, actually early high school, because it started off with being a breakdancer. I was always entertaining. I was entertaining in some way. So I was a breakdancer, pretty good at that, then went to be a DJ, and then went on to be in a group and do all these records. And so the training, coaching, that part of it was just natural. It was bringing the two worlds together. I spent a lot of time in corporate America doing training too. So I've just now brought the two worlds together.
Okay. So when you bring your two passions together, I got to be one to say, when you bring your worlds together, it explodes, right?
Yes.
So if you are watching right now, this is Monday. We are motivating you, Motivational Monday. I always look for interesting, exciting people to bring to the table so you can understand that anything that you dream, anything you can have, you motivate yourself, you surround people around you that can motivate you, you will be successful. I get motivated just when I turn your music on, okay? Like, we are in 2020 and your footprint and the entertainment industry is so strong. I'm sure it's not anyone that's watching right now. If I say the Tootsie Roll, how does it go? Go ahead, bring it up.
The butterfly, that's so, let me see the Tootsie Roll.
They know who you are. And now, decades later, a lot of your success came, and we talked briefly how you had to get in there and motivate yourself, sell yourself. And out of all of that, all of the songs sold millions.
Yes. Yes. A lot of people would like to think that maybe we grew up and maybe I had an uncle or an aunt or somebody that was in the music industry and we just somebody brought us in, but that wasn't the case.
Okay.
It wasn't the case. We were just some kids from the projects that had a dream, and we were going to go after it, and we went after it. So, we had to do some selling. I mean, I think everything in life is sales. You're selling your kids on being good. You're selling your spouses or partners on whatever. We're always selling. People just kind of get a little thrown off by the word selling. So I like to call it influencing. You don't want to call it selling? We have to influence and encourage people to do things. A lot of times it's for their good, but sometimes we have to influence them to do that. So, we've been doing that forever, and that's how we were. That's a big reason why we were successful, is that we were pretty good at influencing people to come along with us.
That's awesome. I want to go back because you said you were a couple of kids from the projects, and you had a dream. That dream was what?
We wanted to make records, and we wanted to make records that could reach a lot of people. We felt we had something to offer. It took us a second to shape what it turned out to be, but we knew we had a message, and we wanted to just make people happy. Our records are all, if you notice, all of our records are up-tempo, dance, happy, fun records. And that's what we were all about. We wanted to just we wanted to motivate people and make people smile. And that's what it was all about.
Yes, your songs still make me smile. Like, it doesn't matter how old you are. If you was in the 90s, each one of those songs, you can play it in any club, at any party right now, and you still will get people that will jump up and do the Tootsie Roll and whoop, there it is. That to me is just a motivation that it doesn't matter where you come from. If you have a dream and if you surround the right people around you, you will get to where you want to go.
Absolutely. And I'm still amazed at the amount of plays we're still getting. I mean, we are getting a lot of, the records are timeless, and that's such a blessing. But the records are timeless and people still enjoy them. I saw somebody sent me, matter of fact, I think it's a mutual friend of ours, Cedric. Cedric sent me a video of, I guess there's a Tootsie Roll TikTok challenge going on. So It's just amazing that 25 years later, the record still has such an impact on the culture right now. And that's such a blessing. It makes me feel very good every time I see that.
Why do you think that is? What do you think you did or your team did? What's the why behind 25 years later, you're still out here popping?
Well, if I have to be totally straight with you, we designed those records to be timeless. Now, that didn't mean that they were going to be timeless, right. But we approached them in a way. We designed them, the hooks, the concepts, all those things we knew. We felt that we could design something that could be timeless and could last forever. We didn't want to make a record talking about 1994 because in 1995 it wouldn't be relevant. So our approach to making records was very strategic. And so I just think, outside of being blessed, I think that we put it was a lot of innovation and thought went into making our records, which people probably didn't think. You guys didn't put a lot of thought into doing Tootsie Roll. You just jumped up and started dancing. No, from the title of the record to the music, everything was strategic. We kind of went after a certain thing, and I would say that probably is a big reason why the records are lasting and will last a lot longer. Probably when I'm not here, they'll be still playing those records.
What I think is awesome is that you've used the word strategic multiple times. And a lot of times individuals will jump into something and not have a plan, not have a strategy behind it. What's a tip that you can give to the viewers right now on being strategic with their dreams?
Yeah, you have to be strategic. First of all, I tell people all the time, we weren't the most talented. Now, when I say that, people are like, what do you mean you guys weren't talented? Look at all the records you sold. Well, that was strategy. And at an early age now, did I know that that's what we were doing? I couldn't define it or put a title on it, but we were very strategic on how we did things. And you know what? We have to do that. Too often, people pursue their passions and dreams and purpose, but they do them not in a smart way. You got to be smart about this. You got to think this thing through. You got to put some thought into it and be a critical thinker and say, okay, let me think this through, not overthink, because that's a problem too. Okay. But you got to put some strategy into it. That way you can say, well, if this happens and if this doesn't happen, you have a plan and you can kind of some fail safes if you want to call it that. But you have a plan in place, because a lot of times people don't have a plan. They say, I'm going to do this business, and what happens if this happens? Or they don't think of that. And then they go out and start the business, and all of a sudden some things happen that they weren't prepared for, and the business or the opportunity dies.
You're so right. Your first song, Whoop, There It Is, in 1993. And then in 98, you got the opportunity to be a part of Space Jam, which was one of my favorite movies. That's really big to be on a national soundtrack. How did that feel to you and your team during that time?
It was great. And actually that was a sales pitch, if you will, because we knew that they were, I caught wind that they were doing a movie called Space Jam with Michael Jordan, which happens to be my favorite, basketball player. Mine too. Yes. And when I found that out, and I found out it was going to be Warner Brothers with Looney Tunes, and I thought, I got to be a part of this. I got it. And we were coming off of The Train, which was number 3 in the country. So right. It wasn't, I'm not going to say it was hard to get them on the phone because we were already popular, but you know what? We sold them on it. They didn't ask us to do the title track called Space Jam. By the time I got off the phone, we weren't even on the soundtrack. And by the time I got off the phone, we were actually on the soundtrack with the title track. And it was that's what I teach individuals and companies, how to, you got to be able to sell your dream, your passion. You got to sell that to people to get them to come along. You can't just hope that they come along. You got to sell it. Too many people don't understand the importance of sales. You got to sell that dream. Yes.
And now knowing that, realize that all of these years later and implementing and being strategic, but not even realizing what that was when you were doing it, has brought you to what you're doing currently in your career. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. So what I do now, I train, because after the music industry, and when I say after, I'm never out of it. I'm licensing my songs. I just licensed Come On Ride the Train, Bad Barbie, I think it is. I hope I'm saying her name right. The Catch Me Outside girl that was on Dr. Phil. That's what people knew her from. Well, she just reached out to me because they want to use a part of the train in her new song that's coming out. So I'm always licensing the records, or, I'm never out of the music business. But what happened when I kind of slowed down, I got into sales training, motivational speaking, and I decided to use my entertainment background in my current speaker training consulting business. So when I train companies, when I go do keynotes and conferences, it's a concert. It's funny because people, a lot of times they're not ready for it. They hear that, okay, we got this speaker coming on, Jay McGowan. And then I come out and I'm singing, The Train or Whoop, There It Is, a Space Jam. And then I go on stage and I make valid points and talk about different strategies, and I tie some of my records and some of my experiences to those things. So it becomes a fun thing. People are dancing. People are having fun. They're learning real world situations that I'm putting making these points with. So it's really fun. If I can tell you, if you ever see one of my keynotes, one of my trainings, it's like a concert. It really is. It's a concert.
I can imagine, because just preparing for my call and listening to some of your music, I got a little of my cardio in, and it was like a concert.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that is awesome. I think that is it's so personable, and it allows you to use what you've come from, your passions, to put it into how you can help and motivate people right now today, which is just everything that I'm passionate about and everything that I stand for. I just put your website up behind me, Global Intertrainment. Okay.
Yeah.
So now you are globally training sales teams, businesses, individuals on how to stay motivated, strategize, and reach the numbers they want to reach in their business.
Absolutely. And individuals too. So companies and individuals. But
Okay.
my individual coaching is teaching people how to become, the best that they can be. I think, a lot of times people, they have it in inside, but they don't quite know how to bring it out. So, a lot of times and I've been there. So I love working with individuals as well as companies,
Okay.
showing companies how to grow their sales organizations from a different standpoint from it. I didn't go to college. I didn't get my degree in sales from that. I got my degree from doing it. And so I'm able to teach companies how to think a little differently. A lot of companies think very sterile when it comes to sales. They kind of got these processes, and that's all they've ever done.
Right.
And sales is about influence and people. And so I go in and I try to show them a different way to approach their customers. So I'm really excited about Global Entertainment. We're going to be doing a lot of big things. We have some really big corporate clients that are really excited about our new process. And our process is scientifically backed. It's not using music, video, along with learning. That's proven. Think about how we learned our ABCs.
Right. We sung that song, right?
Right? Yeah. So it's scientifically backed that people retain information a lot better when it's brought to them in different forms. And that's exactly what we do. You come to one of our trainings, you will not forget the information because we're going to put it in such a memorable way. That's why, hey, listen, people, and I tell people all the time, I'm an educator now, but people pay a lot more money for entertainment than they do education. So I'm just blessed enough to be able to incorporate the two.
You put them together.
Yes.
And with that being said, training and going through what we're going through with the coronavirus right now, and people are at home, they're trying to stay motivated. If you were to just look right at the camera and say something to them that would motivate them, that would almost shake them up to say, hey, let me get back on my dream. It doesn't matter that I've gotten laid off. It doesn't matter, that I've gained that weight. It does not matter what's happening right now. I need to get motivated. What's your motivation two-liner or three-liner that you would say to that person that's listening but needs some motivation?
Well, first of all, one of the things I've always said is you never waste a tragedy. And what I mean by that, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it in a way that when things happen, there's got to be lessons in it. We can't go through this pandemic and not get something out of it. It can't just be another situation. We got to get something out of it. So I think this is an opportunity. Think about it. At what other time could you slow down like we've been all kind of slowed down? And we need that. And when you're working and you're busy, you never get a chance to slow down. You go on vacation, you got a week or so, and you're back to it. Well, this has given us the opportunity to slow down and actually, reset. So use this opportunity. There's a positive in this. Reflect, and you know what? When it comes to your passions, a lot of us have a lot of us have allowed jobs to put our dreams on the back burner, and some of us have allowed jobs to just completely, get rid of our dreams. This is a time to re-spark that dream and that passion, because no matter how much you work, you'll always have that passion burning inside. And this is an opportunity to maybe focus on starting that. Little steps. Don't have to be big steps. Little steps and relighting that candle to your passion.
Yeah.
This is a great opportunity to do it. And, don't let this be the opportunity to catch up on all the social media things or to catch up on the binge watching. You can do that too. Don't get me wrong. But also use it as a way to maybe look at, man, what is it I want to do? You know what I thought about? People are upset. I was talking to a friend and we were talking about, are people upset because they lost their jobs? I said, no, they're not upset because they lost their jobs. They're upset because they lost their income. It's not the job. Not always. And I'll say maybe some people out there love their job and they're upset because the jobs stopped.
Right.
Most people were just disappointed with the income. People actually are enjoying this time off because they need it. And a lot of people didn't even like their jobs. So when they found out that they were going to be having some time off, they were happy, but then they knew they had to try to figure out a way to make some money. So this is an opportunity to re-spark your passions and your purpose. Look at it that way. And you know what? And I just want to say, you have the ability. When I coach and talk to people, I just want to say people have so much ability and so much more that they could be doing. I just want to say, don't undercut, don't shortcut yourself. You're great. You have a lot of great things to offer, and the world needs it. So please share that with the world, your gift. And if you don't quite know how to do it, that's what I do, and that's what you do. We help people and in companies and individuals. We help them, show them how to, put a plan together to make those things, come to be a reality. Because sometimes it's like, man, I know what I want to do. I just don't know how to do it.
Right.
That's when
they don't know how to do it, or they don't know the resources are out there to help them do it. Absolutely. This is why I do what I do. It's Monday, it's Motivational Monday. And again, it's so important to work with sometimes people in the same industry, people that do very similar to what you do, so we can all touch and impact lives differently. Absolutely. Everyone has their own different learning style. And I have a client that recently reached out to me. They're actually in the entertainment industry. They're struggling a little bit there. They reached out just needing some PR and some direction. I feel so comfortable and confident referring him to you because this is your industry. You have a special heart for entertainment. So if anybody can motivate them, we can motivate clients together to help them reach their goals. If you're watching this, I want you to realize that working with people that do the same thing with you is never competition. Never competition when your heart, your mind is set the right way, which is about servicing the person and impacting a life. We all have inside of us what we need to get where we're going. And if we don't, if we really just pay attention and strategize, the information is out there.
Absolutely.
I love your website because I love on the page that it says, about Jay. And a lot of times we don't toot our own horn enough, okay? Because, there it is. But your website, you are a highly sought after speaker. You are a trainer, an author, Grammy-nominated recording artist with 4 multi-platinum albums. Yes. Incredible. How many no's did you get before you got a yes?
I stopped counting at probably 1,000. I mean, if you only knew how many people told us in the music industry that it just wasn't in the cards for us. It just wasn't in the card for us. And thank God we didn't believe that. That's just one person's opinion. So anyway, we got a lot of no's. And you got to get those no's to get to the yeses. And just know, if we could make it, well, I'm going to just say me. If I could make it in music and in corporate America and training, then anybody can. And I say that not to,
right.
And I don't say that to down myself. I just say it because I have no advantages except for drive and determination. And I'm going to try. I'm not afraid of failing, if you will, because I actually look at it like sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. So guess what? What's the worst thing can happen if I try? It won't work. Well, that's okay. I'll try it a different way. So I'm strategic and I have a lot of determination and I'm going to try. I'll try it. And I always say jump and grow wings on the way down. I'll figure it out as I'm on the way down. I'll figure it out.
Right. I mean, to just know your story, where you've come from, and to know how you have transitioned to now use the knowledge and things that you've learned to help train and help others. If a business is struggling in an area, what would you say would be your main things that you can bring to that business? Like, what do you think most of your clients, where are they struggling that you impact for them?
You know what I see most of the time? I see most clients that they'll have some marketing ideas together.
Okay.
What they don't understand is marketing is not selling. Marketing is marketing. Marketing is letting people know about your company and about your product. Right. Selling is selling those services. And too often I meet companies that people know about them, but they're not closing and they're not getting the, they're not getting the conversion that they want because they don't have the proper sales processes set up. So if there's a company out there, I don't care what it is, especially small businesses. I notice it more with small businesses. They'll have everything together, but the sales part of it, it's like you still got to sell somebody. I can show people my product all day long. I can go and buy a Facebook ad and show thousands of people. I can pay for that.
Right.
But I cannot make them click and hit the buy button. That takes some sales, the scripting process. It takes that. So I would definitely say that's where I feel like I help companies. Probably one of my stronger skill sets is showing companies how to convert their marketing channels into actual sales. Because at the end of the day, without sales, you really don't have a company.
Hey, and you heard it from the man that came from the projects, sold millions of songs, landed himself on a top seller movie soundtrack, all from a dream, which says, if he can do it, you can do it. Absolutely. It is Motivational Monday. And if you're not motivated by Jay's story, then I don't know what else to tell you. But if you are in business and you are struggling with sales, you think you're doing everything right, but you're not getting that conversion, listen to a man that sold millions of dollars and landed himself on top radio platforms due to his dream.
One last thing I want to say, and I appreciate the opportunity, is a lot of people know about, I don't know, we were on Oprah, and that was a sales job in itself. See, it's easy to think, all I need is, Oprah wasn't calling saying, hey, we want to put you guys on our show. Right. No. Oprah had a show, and she was going to bring in the people that sing Macarena. And when we found out, we got on the phone. We had to sell ourselves a phone call through. But we got on the phone and we sold that opportunity. And you know what? She said, Macarena is a big song, but there's also this Come On Ride the Train song that's big. Let's bring both groups on. See, that's selling. And there's a process that goes into doing that. And, I'm not saying it can be taught is all I'm saying. That process can be taught.
So it is about positioning yourself. It is about researching. It is about being strategic and knowing that opportunities are not just going to knock on your door. Sometimes you got to create that door.
Absolutely. That's it. You said it perfectly. That's what I was trying to say. You said it perfectly. You have to sometimes create the opportunities, not look for them. You got to create them.
You got to create them. What do you think was your way of creating some of your opportunities?
Well, just like you said, doing the research and finding out where the need was.
Okay.
I knew how big Space Jam, I knew what that meant to the record label and to the movie company. I mean, I knew this was huge for them. So I saw that as an opportunity to go in and say, how would you like for me to create a song? First of all, you guys know I did Whoop There It Is, I did Tootsie Roll, and I did Come On Ride the Train. So we don't have to talk about that. I know how to make fun, energetic records. Okay, so you got that down. I say, how would you like to have a song that every time you think about the movie, every time somebody hears the song, they think about the movie? See, I'm doing all this, Jennifer, and I hadn't even done the song.
Right.
But that's what I mean.
Confidence. You had confidence in yourself.
Confidence is key.
Things that's needed.
Yes, confidence is key. But, I sold them on the idea of, come on, you need a song that matches that movie. You got the biggest basketball player in the world, sports person in the world. You got the Looney Tunes, Warner Brothers. I don't think it gets any bigger than that.
Oh,
I said, don't stop now. Now you need a soundtrack or a song that pushes that movie and at least brings the same energy. And they were like, well, let us hear what you got. That's all I needed. That's all I needed.
Sell them. You have to sell them what you had going on.
Absolutely. Even when I didn't have it going on at that time, but they didn't know I didn't have it going on.
You believed it. You had faith in yourself. You had already put out some great songs.
Yeah.
So you didn't really have to do a lot, but positioning yourself.
Well, I believed in my product. I knew I could deliver. It's like your product. You believe in your product. So for you to get up, Jennifer, and say something really big about your agency, you know what? You can deliver because you know that.
Yeah.
Sell it, right? And you do a great job of doing that because I watch you, and you sold me on this interview. I don't do a lot of them, and you were like, well, you got to be on this. This is going to be big. I got my Motivational Mondays, yada, yada. And you know what? I'm like, okay, I got to get on this.
Yeah, you're motivational. I'm inspired. I jam to all the songs, but I never really knew the story behind the songs. So it inspires me, and I'm sure it will inspire lots of other people that are watching right now. If you had to motivate someone that's sitting on the couch, what would you say to them?
I would say, hey, don't overthink it. That's going to be the thing. Extreme overthinking, fear, overthinking, and lack of knowledge stops people from doing things. So listen, stop overthinking it. Just do it. Just do it and try it and figure it out as you go. Make changes and adjust as you go. But if you're sitting out there and you're wondering, you want to go back to work, but you don't want to go back because you really like the job, hey, this is a great opportunity to start something else and fire up that passion and that dream and, get out there and do it. I mean, you have so much to offer the world. No one has a monopoly on success. So get out there and just do it. I mean, it's nothing to it but to do it.
I like that. I really do love that. It is Monday. It is Motivational Monday. I am with the man himself that has sold millions of songs that are as impacted, I'm going to say communities, national, global. Everyone knows when you pop on one of your songs what it's all about. And now you've taken that passion into corporate, to sales training, to motivating individuals to reach outside and just accomplish their goals.
Yes.
I love it. So your clients are typically coming to you to help them with sales, strategic planning. What are some other bullet points other than that? Or is that the main two things that you see your flow comes from? Yeah,
we get a lot of people that want to innovation. That's one of I love speaking and teaching on innovation because, it's going to happen with or without you. So you might as well join in because innovation is going to happen. So team building, change management, being able to change. Some people struggle with change. There's a lot of great opportunities in change. Oh my goodness. Some of the biggest things that's happened to us happened because we were our ability to embrace change and not fight it and let it happen and, be willing to just say, okay, the old is out. And there's some great things that were ahead for us. So innovation, change management, thinking outside the box, and, sales and marketing, which, like I said, at the end of the day, everybody's in sales, just everybody's not really good at it. So you have to practice and, get better at it, but everything's in sales. If somebody didn't sell something, the world would stop.
There you go. And you know what, with everything we're going on right now, things are still selling. People are still spending money. Absolutely. So you just have to know who your audience is and put your product in front of them. And if you are stuck, again, it's Motivational Monday, like Jennifer Yon Agency, go to my website. If I cannot personally help you, I surround my network with individuals just like Jay that has specific niches in different industries that's here, that's available. The Jennifer Yon Agency, that's what we're about. It's not about me helping you personally, but it's about creating the right team. And we as a team will grow together. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'm just going to be so honest, out of all of your songs, I'm going to say 1994, 95, the Tootsie Roll was it. Okay. What's your favorite out of all of your songs?
You know that's a hard one. That's like saying which one of my kids.
I know. I'm gonna put you out.
You know what?
Hey, wait. So if you're watching this and I got Jay on the line, okay, I want you to go ahead and put your favorite song from either Whoop, There It Is, the Tootsie Roll, Come On Ride the Train, or Space Jam. Which one of those songs was you rocking? Drop that in the comments right now, because guess what? I got a surprise for you. I have a surprise. I need you. I can't even tell you what the surprise is, but I need you to drop your song that you liked in the feed, and then drop your email address also in the feed, because I'm just going to randomly pick some people and give out some free gifts. Jay, what you did is amazing. So I know you said it's like one of your kids, but come on, which one that really gets you jumping and motivated?
It's too hard to do that one. It really is, because when I think about it, I love all the records. I really do. I'm very close to all the records, and I love all the records. So I can tell you what it is. It's Space, Whoop, There It Is, Tootsie Roll, Come On Ride the Train.
It's all of them.
It's all those songs in one. If we were able to go, and actually that's what I've done when I go and I speak. I actually do a 10-minute medley of all the songs. So that would be my favorite song, is that 10-minute version of all my records.
Okay.
Those are my favorite.
Love it. Okay, so I'm gonna say this. Don't miss a beat to get your sales team back on their feet. We are down right now. Everybody's gonna need some motivation. It's Motivational Monday. Jay is the guy. He is the guy to get your team back motivated, to get you back motivated. All I have to say is go to YouTube, listen to one of his songs, and I promise you, your feet will start moving. Okay, he is this guy. He is the guy that's going to help you there. I love bringing amazing people to the table, inspirational stories to the table. It is Monday, Motivational Monday. Thank you, Jay, so very much for taking this time, talking to my audience, sharing your new projects. I heard you just got a new corporate client. Congratulations. Not sure if you can share, but closing out, tell us one thing that's going to keep us going through this week.
You know what? Just through this week and next week and even afterwards, you know what? We'll get through this. This is not the first time that we'll go through something like this. And just stay inspired that there's always a carrot in it. And you just got to find the carrot. And everything's going to get back to normal. It might be a new normal, but you know what? It'll go back, but there's opportunities. I am so excited about the new opportunities that we have now, because people are going to think a little differently now. There's a lot of new opportunities for businesses out there. There's some new opportunities to do some different things. I'll give you one quick example. Think about all the restaurants that had to really develop a new and innovative way with their drive-thrus, because that's all they had. Well, when this thing opens back up, not only will they be able to go back to the in dining, but they're not going to have a solid drive-through process that they didn't have before. So there's the opportunity, and there's the carrot in it. That there's some people now. Chick-fil-A, on the other hand, they were already big in the drive-through. They had already done that.
Right.
Now I noticed that a lot of other drive-thrus, they were doing some very innovative things that's going to help them and serve them very well going forward.
Right. Awesome. Love it. Thank you. Check him out. His website, I've been running behind me on the screen. It's at the bottom. ComeOnAndTrain.com. Okay. Just like come on, ride that train. Come on and train. Get your feet back motivated. Jump up and dance. Dancing helps you just pull everything back together. So I encourage you all to just dance. Dance your way through your dreams. Don't be afraid. Like Jennifer Yon Agency, visit Jay's website. He is here. He's available. If you think it's not for small businesses, every business, every person needs motivation. So it's not just about corporate. You don't have to have a huge team to be impacted personally by Jay. Thanks, Jay, again for joining us. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay connected. Like Jennifer Yon Agency, as promised, I will always continue to bring individuals to the table that can help empower, educate, And what I'm passionate about is promoting you all. Thank you so much, Jay.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Sure, we got some more work to do. So
Okay.
we'll be in touch.
All righty. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.